Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and more through this channel. I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategic or compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMAT and more reasons for the removal of George Palikaras as the CEO. And we're also going to be getting an update from MMTLP in terms of the campaign. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from Fox Business in terms of what we can expect from Powell. So the Fed is currently not budging from its 2% inflation target. So it looks like there is a possibility of more rate hikes in the market. And that has had a bit of a negative impact on the markets today. And also in the markets today, we have had negative news in terms of airline shares who have seemed to indicate a disappointing profit outlook for the future, so not good for the airline shares. So what can we expect from Powell this week? So we know he's going to look at a key policy address on Thursday, and obviously there is an indication now that we could have higher for longer on rates. That's the unofficial mantra, but obviously in terms of the markets, the Fed is possibly going to hold on with interest rates in terms of not increasing them, but I think the key thing the markets would like is for them to decrease. So let's move on to have a look at news in terms of the SEC and Gary Gensler. So what I posted here in terms of his tweet earlier, where he stated, in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis, Congress directed the SEC to enhance transparency of short selling of equities. So it's very interesting that Congress directed them in 2008, and now Gary is woken up and saying, well, we're going to do something about it. Well, you know, that's I think how many years is that? That's nearly 15 years later. So he's certainly working very, very slow. So what I have said to Gary is, it is important for you to know, Gary, how naked short selling was also used to drive down the price of MMTLP. And I think once your buddies agree to release the data, this data is either going to exonerate you or crucify you, but only the guilty will hide their crimes. So if you've got nothing to hide, let's see the data. And in another post from Gary, he stated here, in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis, continuing the same thing, he's now going to look to adopt and promote greater transparency about short selling, both to regulators and the public. So he's looking at possibly actually implementing this rule and looking to make the markets obviously more fair to the public in times of stress or volatility. Now have a look at the company's opinion on the appointment of the new CEO, Mr. Jim Fasaro. So this is what they posted earlier yesterday. So in terms of reasons for this, what we can see in their press release from October 17, 2023, they have appointed Jim Fasaro to drive the next stage of growth. So that's the reason why they're saying. So George Palikaras has been removed. So that indicates that it wasn't by George's choice or by George's agreement, and he is no longer with the company, so he's not on the board. However, there is no I would suggest that there's still a possibility that George may come back in the future, but as of yet he is not with the company anymore. So let's get to Mr. Fasaro, and he is according to the press release, a business leader with 35 years of experience in solar, semiconductor, advanced materials, as well as aerospace, and he brings experience in and success in leading large change management initiatives and developing and implementing strategies to transform business and drive value. And that is exactly what Metamaterials needs right now. They need to transform the business, they need to drive value. Shareholders have certainly been disappointed, and very disappointed with what's happened over the previous 18 months. So what we can see here in terms of Jim, according to the press release, he brings a wealth of leadership experience and a proven track record of driving high revenue growth, and that is something that has not yet happened and does need to happen. So further down it also states that he's also led a number of large-scale global businesses. One of them was covered in the previous video, but this one that they're focusing on is where he was the CEO of Array Technologies. So he led this company to growth and profitability. He made them a global leader in utility scale solar trackers. So certainly has a positive credentials there. And from a quote from Jim himself here, he stated here, "I look forward to building on this foundation and leading the company at this pivotal stage of growth." However, what I would have liked in this press release is for the company to say a little bit about George. Maybe a message for George, maybe even some acknowledging in terms of thanking George, but that has been missing. So I would like many of the shareholders out there have some of these questions answered. Let's now have a look at the current board, and we can see here the person we just looked at, Jim Fasaro, here is the identified as the Chief Executive Officer. We have Alison as one of the directors, Steen as another director, Ken, director, Eugenia, another director, Vyomesh, another director, and Philippe, also a director. But the person we're going to look at now is the chair, and that is Mr. Jim Harding. So shout out here to I'm Just Ben, who's posted with regard to Jack Harding, and what he stated here: "I know that folks have questions about the role of the board in the CEO transition. So for example, Jack Harding once saved another company from hostile takeover by having the company step in and allowed them to continue their business strategy." So let's have a look at the story behind this. So there was a merger with Cadence is superior outcome for our shareholders and our customers, and this allowed QuickTurn to continue to pursue its business strategy, said Keith Lobo, president of QuickTurn. So this is the company we're talking about in terms of Jack Harding, and the deal will make QuickTurn a wholly owned subsidiary of Cadence. What happened in terms of a quotation from Jack, he said, "We are presenting QuickTurn shareholders with the opportunity to participate in the increased growth and earnings potential that this compelling business combination will deliver." So that's the angle there. So that's obviously a little bit of history of Jack. What sentiment I said at the bottom is, could we have a situation where news of a buyout comes for Metamaterials, and could be around about $2 billion. Shareholders get, let's say, $3 a share on an ex-dividend. There's a run up in the price, and then they pull the plug on the buyout once MMAT is compliant over $1. So a nice little angle there. And I'm not sure that's going to happen, but certainly wishful thinking. So let's hope that what has happened overall in the company generates more profitability, generates more interest, generates more revenue, and certainly what the company need right now is contracts. Finally, we're going to finish off by having a campaign update for MMTLP. So shout out here to Hollywood Henry, who stated it's been 312 days of relentless advocacy for MMTLP shareholders, and our commitment knows no bounds. So let's have a look at the overall progress. So we have 15 members from the Committee of Financial Services currently inquiring about MMTLP with the SEC. 245 comprehensive packets delivered to key SEC Oversight Committee members, 100 packets sent to media outlets, in excess of 46,000 validated letters to constituents, from constituents to Congress, 421 envelopes sent to every office of the member of the Senate Banking Committee, the House Financial Services Committee, and the Senate Finance Committee. So in the other part of the post here, we can also see that 10 Congress members have penned their own letters to the SEC and FINRA and joined the demand to answer about MMTLP. So the campaign is very strong. In my opinion, it's a much more focused and better campaign than AMC and GME, and we know that they have also had a significant amount of division. So what he's also stated here: together we're driving change and ensuring that shareholders' voices are heard, but the fight must continue. So definitely agree with these words. The strategies outlined are for our resolution, and combined strength is what propels us to go forward. So the key message here is keep up the calls, contact your Congress members, make them aware, and let's try and get more letters like we did yesterday from Senator Mike Crapo, and put the pressure on Robert Crook and put the pressure on Gary Gensler. And finally, if you'd like to join us in our Discord, where we participate in live trading discussions and also get access to our weekly watch list, daily stock alerts, and also access to the channel, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.